Good morning, Pelham Road. Wake up, sleepyheads. Hopefully this will help you get you out of bed, get you moving. Little sister act. All right, sleepyheads, get moving. This is Thursday, and so I'll remind you that tonight we do Theology Thursday. And tonight my guest is Joe Mason, Dr. Joe Mason. She comes again bringing wisdom from the field of mental health, and so it'll be the intersection of mental health and faith. So come join us tonight on our Facebook page for Theology Thursday. In the comment section today, don't really tell me about, just list for me the most colorful person in your family. Obviously, a lot of us will not know them when you put their name down, like I'm going to put down Uncle Jack. None of you know my Uncle Jack. But just a confession that our families are made up of some really peculiar people. And so put that down in the comment section. Who is it that's the most colorful member of your family? We revisit today Matthew 6. We were there yesterday, and we're going to wrap things up from there today. It's this passage that begins with, "Beware of practicing your piety before others in order to be seen by them. For you have no reward from your Father in heaven. So whenever you give alms or stewardship, don't sound a trumpet, as the hypocrites do in the synagogues and in the streets, so that they can be praised by others. Truly, I tell you, they have their reward. But when you give your alms, don't let your left hand know what your right hand is doing, so that your alms may be done in secret. And your Father who sees in secret will reward you." We've been speaking about the contrast that this passage paints. And one of the other contrasts is between the words known and secret. Usually we think of knowing as positive and secret as something that is destructive. A secret is like a skeleton in someone's closet. It commonly does destroy. Knowledge, on the other hand, we oftentimes think of producing freedom. In this instance, however, to make your good deeds known, to let people know about them, is to bring honor to you, which is not really the point of the deed anyway, or shouldn't be. When we spread the good word about our charity or our service, it ceases to be service or charity, because now we're receiving compensation for it, the applause of other people. Paul said, "Whatever you do, do for the glory of God." Our works of charity or our service, they're not done for our attention. We do them to build God's kingdom, to try to be a reflection of God on this earth. Therefore, they are done in secret, not to draw attention to ourselves. You see, we're only after the applause of heaven. And the final contrast is actually that contrast. It's between pleasing others or pleasing God. Now, I think we all agree that we need recognition. We like affirmation. We desire to be respected. The only question we have to settle is, whose respect are we after? Are we trying to get the respect of fickle people who demand that we live a certain way and do certain things and really be in agreement with them on things before they will give us affirmation? Or are we okay just trying to please God? You see, the actions of the hypocrites, as Jesus refers to them, was only to earn the respect of others. They weren't after God's respect. They're willing to give large donations if the fund was established in the family name. They would underwrite the youth program if the youth knew where the money was coming from. They'd serve on a committee as long as it was a committee of influence. See, the hypocrite, or the other pleaser, would serve and give willfully, if not joyfully, if others could hear of their accomplishments. Other pleasers have a reward. They do. They have a reward. If you want to please other people, you got your reward. You got that fickle crowd that's roaming from here to there. They are with you. Today, as there was in Jesus' day, there's an epidemic of public religion. People who advertise and promote themselves as the religious community, the righteous people, God's chosen people. From politics to entertainment to our neighborhoods, we can think of somebody who's always puffing out their chest saying that they're God's right-hand man or God's right-hand woman. But this effort is in vain. It really is. Their religion is such a show, they're just trying to sell tickets. Their charity and service is well known to others, but I think they're going to be surprised that God doesn't know a thing about it. Jesus calls us to a private faith, a genuine faith which comes from the heart. Private is a bit of maybe it's a pastoral stretch, but it is a type of faith that we're really only interested in, did we honor God? Not did the public like what we do, not did the public see what we did, but we're there to know that we have been faithful to God. The truest measure of any woman or man's Christianity is actually how they act in private, when no one is looking and no one can keep score. So how do we measure up to that standard? Have a great day. See you tomorrow.